Good morning, this is Karen Cochrane Hall from Biz Condado, and I've got two hands, I've got a tripod. We are advancing 3 weeks into the daily tip of the morning to you. Thank you for joining me. We've managed to go a little bit more technical, and I've got free hands. I haven't got three hands, I've got free hands. Anyway, let's get on with the tip of the morning today. So it's Karen Cochrane Hall from Biz Condado and Client Marketing Solutions. The only thing with this is I don't know, I can see myself looking, but I can't see where I'm actually supposed to be looking at. But we'll get there. As I say, this is the left. No, I'm looking at the left and I'm seeing myself. It's great to have a daughter who's so much more techie than I. Anyway, what I think this is an example, going live, trying to get out of, not trying, I'm getting out of my comfort zones. There's nothing embarrassing about this, although I'm getting a little bit red in the face. We have to get out of our comfort zones. So this is putting it into practice, inspiring with humour and with love. That's what we're trying to do, and we're doing with the. Have to be very careful with our language, guys. This word, it's the words like but, sorry. I'm trying to. I'm not trying. I'm doing. So let's change our language and change the world around us and change ourselves with that. So, what did I want to talk to you today? What tip of the morning? My download very clearly this morning was the following. Remember I said yesterday that every Wednesday, God permitting, I take the day as a strategy planning day to work on my business, not just in my business. And I think I know that that's essential, and it certainly brought me huge rewards as far as productivity and life success and business success and personal success is concerned. So, and also my clients have seen this work enormously for them when they actually move themselves out of their offices or their day business as such, and they actually stay at home or go somewhere on a weekly basis, at least one day a week, and they actually plan and they work with the team. That is essential. Okay, so what came up for me this morning, I was actually journaling and I actually wrote the words, and I could feel the negativity in it. I wrote, I've taken the time out of my business to do my planning day. And I thought, no, wrong language, mate, wrong language completely. Why would I be taking time out? That implies that I'm actually doing something bad, something negative. Taking the time, not out, taking the time to plan, to strategize your business and your life is essential. And it came back to me when I was going back last. I can't believe that this time a week ago I was flying back to my beloved Belfast. I was in the air as a week ago, and I was listening when I was going over to Hal Aldrode's podcast, and he was interviewing, or John was interviewing Robert, if I can pronounce this right, Kiyosaki. Sounds like a motorbike, a Japanese motorbike to me, but he's a phenomenal guy, and he's written. Is it Rich Man, Poor Man, Rich Man? No, Poor Dad, Rich Dad, I think is the title of his book. I've still to buy it and read it. I've been told it's excellent. But one of the things that this guy was actually saying, and it's an amazing thing, that why do we not get taught this type of thing, and money awareness, manifestation? Why do we not get taught how to live a positive life? Why do we not get taught all of these good things that it's taken me, I'm 54 this year, it's taken me all these years in business to actually find the secret juice of how to live a fantastic life, how to have a fantastic business or businesses, how to have a fantastic career and not sacrifice anything on the way. I can be a mother, I can be all those great things I want to be. If I've been taught this, like a lot of you that are listening to this, if we've been taught this when we're at school, if we taught this now to our kids in the schools right now, what an amazing change to the world we would actually carry out. So that's the thought that's coming to me now. Now, I always say, bring it don't sort of throw an idea out there and leave it sitting or leave it floating. We can all bring this down to what we can do in our lives. Now, we can be an example. We can put all of this stuff into practice, and we can be a shining example to our loved ones, to our grandchildren, to our children. And if we are teachers, why not start teaching the people that we're in class with? And the rest of us, when we have an opportunity, if there's a movement, if there is a movement, if we start a movement and start talking with our friends and start putting it on the social media, because it's a very potent tool, why can we not change the world so that we get taught and we teach the kids meditation techniques, EFT, emotional freedom techniques of tapping and getting rid of your negative emotions, a little bit of Tai Chi and Qigong in the morning and the afternoons. You know, when the babies are going in the play schools to sleep, we actually touch them on those points, etc. And teach us to be aware, to have the money awareness. Why? Because I do believe what Robert said in this podcast, guys. He actually said that the current, up until now, educational system is to create robots who will go, who are workers, little worker bees, as it were. That's my take on it. It's not his, but we're taught to be a doctor, a nurse, an engineer, but not out on our own in business. We've always taught to be under the structure. So this is something that I feel is very, very powerful, and I wanted to share it with you all today. So that was my thought. It's not really a tip of the morning. The tip of the morning from that would be, we can, each and every one of us, little by little, change the awareness in the world. If you are a light worker, and what I mean by that, somebody who would prefer to live in love rather than in fear all the time, not be dominated on a daily basis by the negative things, the negative thoughts, the negative things that other people, affected by negative events and what other people say and do to us. If you're that type of person, you'll get me what I mean by this, that each and every one of us have an opportunity, and we just have to be aware, spread that awareness around the world, and it's spreading love after all. So that's the tip of the morning today. I would also remind you that I'm doing my challenge, and I would call you out and actually creating a challenge for yourself. Today's Thursday. It was Tuesday's Facebook Live. Go back if you can, and I'd recommend that you listen to that, because I talk about the reverse engineering of the challenge, and that is something that is essential. I think we need a little bit of garbanzo shaker, guys. Do you remember garbanzo shaker? Get rid of the negative energy through the sound. And if only it brings a smile. I can see myself smiling here, and if I could flip the camera around without losing the tripod, I would probably see my lovely daughter with a smile on her face. She thinks this is quite funny, but anyway, so the whole point of this is to bring back positive energy to whatever we're doing. So my challenge, my personal challenge is, by the 6th of July, I want to have translated my book, Big Beautiful Balance, into Spanish for my Spanish audience, for the people in Spain and the rest of the world who speak Spanish. So every day I'm going to be translating a certain number of pages, and I'm on track, guys. My metrics, I'm over my metrics. I'm actually feeling really good. I've done it this morning to get it out of the way. Do your worst things first. I'm putting that positivity alarm into practice. So that's good. What are you challenging yourself to do? It would be lovely if we could get a challenge together and that we could post here, I'm going to do this by this day, and we'll hold each other accountable, all right? Because if you don't plan and you don't set those goals, we pass another period of time in our life, another year goes by, and we've done goal, basically. So guys, planning and working a reverse engineering scenario is essential. Okay, I actually do like this, rather than seeing, and you probably do, rather than seeing all my face in your face on your screen. Actually seeing me a little bit further out is probably better. So the third part of the Facebook Live is my personal positivity alarms that I actually have on my iPhone that come up every 5 minutes. Not exactly, I'm exaggerating, but they come up quite frequently to remind me, whatever I'm doing, to remind me of getting back into positivity, because as the day goes on, we have events and work and things that happen that can put us out in the negativity. And let's be honest, you don't really want an accountant, a tax accountant, or doing this to you while you're talking about your taxes. So I can't always weed out the my garbanzo shaker and do that. So what do? I have these positivity alarms, and my positivity alarm that I wanted to share with you today is do it daily. And not only do I share it, I also share why and how I'm actually putting that into practice. I started the idea of doing it daily was the idea of committing to something, no matter how small. Remember in the last few Facebook Lives, I've talked about my positivity tip as well, the 1% improvement daily, and that improving and growing 1% in certain areas of your life, well, this is all to do with this. Doing it daily is that 1% daily. If you improve, for example, a sit-up, if you're in the gym, if you do every single time you go to the gym, you do one on a daily basis, one extra, you're increasing by 1% or more. One, at the end of the week, you've done another 5. At the end of the month, you've done another 20 if you're going daily, Monday to Friday. If you go daily, that's another 30 sit-ups. So you can see how this develops, the idea of doing this stuff daily. The other aspect of this was, as a business owner, I often found over the years that I don't actually give myself time to relax at the weekends. The downtime was never a downtime fully committed to really enjoying. Good morning, Bea. Buenos dias. So the thing was, I was finding that at the end of my weekend, I hadn't actually relaxed because I was still mentally on a high, thinking and worrying, let's be honest, thinking about dwelling on things that I needed, and we all need that downtime. So what did I do? I said to myself, I'm going to give myself permission to do something related to work, whether that be writing a blog out, or typing a video, or just preparing something, just limiting it to even 10-15 minutes. I do that first thing in the morning, and then the rest of the day I give myself permission to completely forget about work, to completely forget about business. And the change on my day-to-day, the change on my relaxation factor, I can really then commit myself and throw myself into really having a fun time and enjoying and relaxing. And I don't have that old-fashioned guilt with it, that the guilt that comes with, oh, I've got so much on this next week, I should maybe get a little bit of advanced work. I think all of the professionals and business owners there that are listening to this video, you'll get that. The aspect that you're with your family, but you're doing something. Not another way of getting disconnecting. It's just reminded me, I've got a friend who does a very dangerous sport, and she said to me that she did this dangerous sport because she needed to disconnect mentally, because if she didn't 100% disconnect from her work while she's doing this dangerous sport, she would kill herself. It's a bit extreme. I prefer to do it daily and not throw myself off a mountain somewhere. This is something that I think the general public can use. So to just release, the idea of this is you do something the first thing of a morning, albeit on a Saturday or a Sunday, or on your days off if they don't fall on a natural weekend. Do something for 10-15 minutes. Push yourself into that activity for those full 10-15 minutes, and then give yourself, close the book as it were mentally, and give yourself the permission to get on with doing what you want to do, what makes your heart sing in your other areas of your life wheel. And it has certainly worked for me, and it's certainly worked for people that I've shown this trick to. So as with all of these tips, if there's anything, any queries, any doubts that you might have, I am totally open to you sending me a PM or asking the questions on the post below. I have no problem with that. because the idea of the Facebook Lives is the tip of the morning, by the way, tip of the morning to you, is for you to get positivity, to share the positivity around. I would love you all to follow me and to share the videos, because the people that you know would get this. That would be really, really helpful for those people. And the whole point of me doing this is, yeah, I'm taking time out of my busy schedule of a morning. I could be doing other things related to my business, but this is something, it's my way of paying back. It's my way of giving back. I'm very appreciative of what God has done for me in my life and the gifts that He's given me. And it's my way of saying, listen, this is for you lot. Take it with my love from my heart to yours, and I hope that it certainly benefits you. And it's a little bit of fun as well. I mean, this is all serious stuff, but serious stuff can also be done in a loving, humorous way. I'm Northern Irish, and it's part of what I am. I just love sharing with people. I love giving. I love that generosity, and I would love them to be entertained at the same time. So again, this has been Karen Cochrane Hall from Tarabiz Condado and clientmarketingsolutions.com. I appreciate you listening and sharing these videos, and as always, put them into practice. Let's get rid of these negative words. Try is not good. Doing is better. So God bless you all. Have a great day, and we'll speak tomorrow. Tip of the morning to you guys. Mwah.